into performance mode. And we're just sitting there and we're just fucking talking. We're just fucking sitting here and we're just fucking talking. Go ahead and talk, James. Just say a couple fucking
Hey there.
words.
Hi there, buddy.
Mm.
We're just fucking talking to.
It's your boy G Spot, welcomed by my good friend Jay Mully.
Yo, yo.
We're gonna sit here and we're gonna figure out which map is better after playing Caldera for a good month or two. We're gonna be comparing them with a couple different categories here. We're gonna be talking about the visibility and the overall colors of the map. We're gonna be talking about how the Vanguard guns work in Caldera versus how the Modern Warfare and Cold War guns work in Caldera. We're gonna be talking about the first couple metas we've gotten on Caldera compared to Verdansk. We're gonna be talking about the vehicles between the two, the loadout waiting time and how it completely changes the beginning of the game. We're gonna be talking about the contracts and how they work differently across both maps. We're going to be talking about where you have to pick to land and why you're landing there for each map. And we might do some bonus stuff at the very end once we tally all these little points up.
Yeah. Let's just get right into it.
So
Verdansk versus Caldera visibility.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the comparison here as far as lighting on the map goes? I'm sure this is a pretty simple one. Because
so for us, we were talking about how it was great, but I think I've seen a bunch of people say they can't see on Caldera compared to Verdansk, but I feel the opposite.
A lot. Yeah, me too. There's some moments when I'm playing and I notice what people are talking about, but there's some, like, sometimes they say it and I'm like, I feel like you're just, like, you know what I mean? You're not, I don't know. I feel like it's not that bad.
The only times where I notice it is when there's a lot of fucking dirt on the ground and there's like bushes everywhere, so like all the ground
like fields,
is orange.
When you're going through fields and shit.
Yeah, it's all orange and
so
brown
blended.
and green. So then like if a green or a yellow skin's over there, you kind of can't see shit. But the overall color of Caldera, I think, is way better than Verdansk. Verdansk was like moody.
Way better, and the fucking sun glare was awful.
The sun.
You remember the? You remember the fucking sun glare, man?
The sun glare for Verdansk,
dude,
was fucked.
You couldn't see if you looked like, towards military base on that map. You could not see.
Not at all.
You couldn't see a thing, bro. You might as well start running the other way.
And then
this map,
Caldera, all the colors are like super saturated. Verdansk, it was like black, gray, brown, and green. That was like the dark colors of the map. And then the bright colors were like if you were in like a well-lit area, but it still wasn't as colorful as Caldera is.
I noticed on Caldera the other day, me and Matt were playing, and we were running up a hill or something, and the sun glare in Caldera was actually pretty bad. Like, we couldn't see up the hill. Yeah, we couldn't see. We were like, damn, like, when did that get in the game? like it's like it progressively gets worse over the time. Like, I don't get it.
I swear.
That's how Verdansk was, Like, it just, like, it wasn't as bad, and then all of a sudden the sun was just fucked.
Yep.
And you couldn't see anything.
I know. I don't even remember the sun glare being that bad until like someone really pointed it out, and I was like, wow, it is pretty fucked.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty bad.
All right, so are we giving visibility? We're probably giving that to Caldera. I think we all kind of seen that coming.
Yeah, let's give that to Caldera.
Visibility and colors.
Gun to map. Which guns do you think play better on the map? On which map? Verdansk or Caldera? That's a tough one, actually, because we had 2 years of Verdansk to compare to only 2 months of Caldera, so not even 2 months.
That's why this was going to be tough, but
I would say Verdansk probably played better with their guns, honestly. Like,
you think so?
Yeah, I'd say so. I like the Vanguard guns. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just too soon to really even give it like a legit rating, or like for it to be better than Verdansk. We're too early yet.
Yeah, the one thing that it feels like for me is it just feels like since these Modern Warfare guns and Cold War guns have been in the game, they don't feel right in Caldera. They almost all feel overpowered over the Caldera guns, kind of.
Yeah.
Because the recoil control and everything on those were so. Like, everything is like different about how they work, so it's really weird. When you play Vanguard Royale compared to normal BR on Caldera, they're like two completely different games.
Yeah, it really does feel like that. They need to fix the sniping. I know that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. All we do is snipe, and every time we play like Vanguard Rail, the snipers are just
Yeah,
awful, man.
sniping and normal BR on Caldera is
We
fucking
still
great.
do it, which is I don't even know why because we're psychopaths. But yeah, it's just fucked, man. Like you can't do anything. You can't do the flinch is terrible. You get hit by a Bren, you're dead. You have no chance.
Oh yeah, the
But
Bren is fucked.
I would say it's too early yet, and I'd still say
Verdansk gets the gunplay.
Verdansk fits the gunplay so far. Maybe in like at the end of the year when this game's on its way out, might have a different opinion on it. But
Yeah,
as
it
now,
just
I'd
felt
say
like looking back, like when it was just Modern Warfare guns and it was the Kilo, the M4, the Grau, those all played well on Verdansk, and then even when the Cold War guns came out, they all were fucking not working, but they kind of fell in the same groove where they worked. But then if you use the Verdansk guns in Caldera, it doesn't feel like the same as how they felt when you used the Modern Warfare and the Cold War in Verdansk.
yeah.
And then if we were to bring over Caldera guns to Verdansk to use them, I don't think they'd do good at all. I think you wouldn't even use the Caldera guns almost. Unless you
Yeah,
had like
probably
an
not.
insanely good fucking setup, like a zero recoil or something, then maybe. But
Yeah. I feel like most people would use Verdansk guns. Most people do in their other mode. To
yeah,
be
most people
honest.
still, yeah, because they just feel like they're, I don't know. It's can't even explain it. It's
That's
just
another
weird.
thing. Can we fix the playlist? Can we just have all the modes at all time?
Yeah, I don't know why we have to fucking dance around all
I
these
just wanted
modes
to
all the
throw that in
time.
there. It has nothing to do with this video, but we're just throwing it in
Yeah, fix the playlist. Give us all the modes all the time.
there.
All right,
So Verdansk
next.
takes that one.
Yeah, so the next category, because we've only kind of had one or two metas, I guess, in Caldera
Yeah.
versus the first two metas in Verdansk, which,
Which was the M4 and MP7, right?
yeah, I think that was like the first one, or like the AX50 thermal.
AX50 thermal, HDR thermal, and the
And,
Grawl.
yeah, and the Grawl, those were kind of like the first two.
Caldera is probably obviously the Bren,
Yeah.
and then the Automaton was like the only one that was really like popular in the beginning.
Mm.
And other than that, like I don't really, there hasn't been really a gun that's broken like the Bren. You know what I mean? Like not like OP like that. There hasn't really been a gun like that besides this one. So maybe I guess the Bren is the first meta.
See, I was gonna say that too, but the automation was good for like 2 days.
Yeah, it was good for like literally like 2 days, 3
That
days.
was, I think that was our very, very first meta. Because when the first day of Caldera, everyone was lost. Second day of
Yeah,
Caldera, everyone was
well,
lost. It wasn't until the weekend where everybody
everybody
was
started
using the
figuring out.
fucking, the
Yeah,
automaton, automation,
automaton.
whatever the fuck it's called. And then
Yeah,
they just nerfed it in like 2 days. And
I know.
everyone was lost immediately again until someone figured out the Bren. And now it is just terrible. And it's
Now
been
it's
like
just
that for
terrible.
weeks.
Yes, they need to nerf it to the ground.
So I don't know.
I would say, it's just it's another one of the things where it's like it's hard to really give it to Caldera because
I
there
don't
was a
even
lot of good
know.
metas in Verdansk, and there
Should
was a
we
lot of
rate
shitty
it?
ones too.
Should we rate it as like these metas are worse to deal with, or they were fun? Like, should we rate it based off of that? Because the Gra meta was fun, and the
Yeah,
AX50 meta was fun at first,
yeah.
but the
For this,
Bren meta is not fun.
the DMR meta was not fun.
The
It was
yeah,
fun if you used it, but it was not fun to get killed by it.
yeah. So
uh,
I guess I should just call it early meta, and not just meta.
let's go off of how fun.
Go off of how fun. So the
Yeah.
earlier metas in Verdansk were definitely more fun than
Mm.
Caldera. We've already been playing Caldera for 2 months, and the Bren's already basically been the only fucking real one.
I'd give that one to Verdansk.
Early meta to Verdansk. Alright,
That was like
and
Grawl. What else was like early meta?
I think it literally was like you said, the M4 and MP7,
Or
and then the two
MP7,
snipers, and then the Graw, and then
Grawl.
the next one was
I
the
think the MP5. Like a
MP5 Bruin.
Bruin, yeah.
So
Then the
Caldera,
Kilo.
yeah, and then the Kilo.
Yeah,
I know what's
yeah.
next for what's good. What's going to be fucking next for Caldera? Do you think? Because they're gonna eventually fuck with the Bren.
I don't know. That's a good question because a lot of the guns I don't know. I don't know what could be broken. You know what I mean? Because it seems like it's outside of the Bren. It seems like all the guns are decently balanced.
They're all
Like you
kind of
don't.
in line with each other.
Yeah, you can kill anybody with anything outside of the Bren. Unless you get shot by a Bren, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I would say like, because I mean, you can really call the STG a meta, right? Like everybody, a lot of people run it, but
Yeah,
not really.
that's like the M4 of this one. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of just gonna. It's not gonna fail you, but not everyone's using it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't know. I hope they do something to where like snipers are fun again. Like they fix something with that. That maybe like a sniping meta could come back how it was.
Yeah, that'd
You
be
know, there was a
fucking
point
great.
in time where it was like Car 98 and FFAR. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. You know what I mean? Like that would be fun if we could have that back.
Dude,
Something like that.
I wonder how a fucking sniping meta would play in Caldera, because there is a lot of fucking hills.
Yeah, no. It would be watch your neck at all times.
Yes.
If you watch your neck, get behind a fucking rock. Because if not, you're getting your head blown off. But that's the thing about Caldera is I feel like you can be, out in the open and sitting on top of a rock and you're not as worried as you were like in Verdansk. You would just get fucking popped,
Yeah,
bro, from anywhere.
you couldn't show yourself in Verdansk.
No, bro. And this one you have a little bit of time to, get on top of something and look around, not fucking have to be on your head on a swivel at like sweaty as fuck all time, which is nice. So it might be a little bit different as far as the sniping meta.
Yeah, true. I would like to see it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, the next category I think is also going to be a real fucking easy way
Easy
here
one.
is
Yeah.
Vehicles.
Vehicles.
They're called
You
their
gotta give that-
vehicles versus the Verdansk vehicles.
See, we don't even use vehicles. We're not a vehicle team. But when we do, like, sometimes obviously there's times where we have to use them. And yeah, the Verdansk vehicles are just 100 times better. The car is better.
Yeah.
The Bertha's better. The Helis are better. The planes are fucked. Like, stop using the plane. If you jump in the game and get to a plane, I hate you.
Oh yeah, the planes versus helicopters is crazy because actually the helicopters were useful. They could get you in and out quickly if you needed to. The planes are just fucked all the way
planes are
through.
fucked, man.
You can't
Planes
do
are fucked.
anything convenient with them. Nothing is convenient.
It's literally just meant for people that just want to fly a helicopter or a plane and fucking shoot people. It's
The
like all they
only
do.
thing I can think of that would be a good scenario to have the plane over the helicopter is if you were being chased, you're last alive on your team, you can jump in the plane and kind of take off if they don't laser you, and have a way better chance of survival than you did with a helicopter.
Yeah.
But that's
that's true.
like it. I mean, you can fight with the plane too if you're the only person in it.
Yeah.
But the buggies,
planes,
if you compare the two buggies to each other, the
Oh my
Verdansk
God.
buggy is so much better. If you
it's not even
compare
close.
if you compare the Berthas, at least you can snipe people out of the Caldera ones.
Caldera ones, yeah. That's
And
true.
that is great. The fact that you can get sniped out and two people can sit inside because they can both get sniped out. That's fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah,
That-
that is nice.
That's actually fantastic. But what other
I will
does
agree with
Caldera
that
have
one.
like a quad? Or they don't
No,
have a dirt
no,
bike
it's just
here.
a little buggy, the Bertha, and then the plane.
And the artillery trucks, which are basically
Oh, no, artillery
Berthas
truck,
too,
yeah, which are fucked.
So yeah, Verdansk gets vehicles.
Verdansk definitely gets the vehicles. Like, and we don't even use vehicles, but still, yeah. Vanguard's vehicles or Caldera's vehicles are fucked. Absolutely fucked.
All right, next up are loadouts.
Loadout waiting time.
How this shit changes how the entire thing plays.
Yeah.
The idea of the Caldera loadout system
It's fantastic.
is great,
It's fantastic. It's a great idea.
but
The problem is it takes so
way
long.
too long.
It takes 4 minutes and 23 seconds for
I
us to. And you have 30K within a matter of 10 minutes. not in literally a matter of like a minute.
dude, you drop
And-
out a scavenger, your whole team's wealthy.
And then you don't see anybody, right? and then you rotate to a buy, and then there might just be like 3 teams there.
Yeah, if you call in an advanced UAV before that first circle drops, you best believe that there is depending on what mode you're playing, say you're playing trios, there are 3 triangles at every buy station around you because everyone's waiting, doing the same thing at the buy
Same
stations.
thing you are, yeah. And if we've had this conversation, if they would just, I like you said, it's a great idea because it does slow down the pacing of the game. Like in Verdansk, I was telling this to somebody yesterday. You would get killed. Like you could drop somewhere, and then at a POI right down the street, they could just be getting a loadout in 10 seconds and then pushing you, and you have nothing. So I
Yeah.
understand why they did it. You know what I mean? As far
Oh
as
yeah.
trying to slow the game down. But man, like don't make us wait 4 minutes. Like cut it in half, 2 minutes. You know what I mean? That way you got time to loot up. You could probably get at least 10 grand or whatever you need for your loadout, and then you have. If you do get into a fight, you're still not getting fucked out of the loadout. You still will have a little bit of time to get into that fight if you win it. Get to a buy station. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think having everyone wait a certain grace period is fucking great because if you dropped in Verdansk and you dropped hot, someone who dropped by themselves with a buy station and a scavenger are almost well better off than you. By the time you're done fighting, they already have their selves UAVs and their loadouts, and you haven't
Yeah.
even been able to fucking look around where you landed yet.
Yep.
So that's why, at least when fighting in Caldera, everyone is experiencing the same exact thing. It's just everyone's ready 2 minutes earlier than every single time we have enough money and we've already done our little whatever the fuck. There's always 2.5 minutes left. There should be 10 seconds left at that point. It should not be as long as it is.
Yeah. I mean, there's some games where we get into it and I'm like, damn, we're already getting loadout.
Yeah,
But like most of the time, it's like, fuck, man, we still got 30 minutes or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Or 2
Yeah,
minutes,
if you
whatever.
land somewhere and there's one other squad and you kill them immediately and loot the entire place, you have to wait 4 minutes before you can get your loadout. And
Yeah.
you don't want to be like, oh fuck it, let's go push, and like somebody on the team really doesn't have great guns, and then you
Yeah.
fucking lose for nothing.
And you lose, and then you lost 40K.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, we either wait this 2.5 minutes and just sit here dick and paw, or we go push someone for fun and possibly fucking lose everything.
Yeah. So it's kind of, it's a good idea, but at the same time, they need to do something about it. So I'd go Verdansk on this one just because.
I wanna
You know
say,
what? Let's go Caldera.
I was gonna say if improved, if
Yeah.
not taking the timer away completely. I know everyone wants the timer gone, but if we cut the time in half or even more or less than that, just a little bit, if improved, I think the loadout system in Caldera could be better than what we had in Verdansk.
Yep.
It's just as of right now, it's not, but we're putting for Caldera because it could change very soon.
Yeah.
And even if it's not very soon, I still think the way they have it set up, it could be better.
Idea. Let's give that to Caldera if improved,
All right.
because I do like
now-
this system better.
Yeah. The
Way
next
better.
thing on the list is contracts.
Mm.
They meant a lot in Verdansk. Contracts were almost everything in Verdansk, and
That's when they were
contracts in
created.
Caldera are almost nothing.
Yeah, it is. The only thing I liked about the contract they added is the big bounty, the big game bounty. I
Yeah,
love that
and
contract.
That is fucking great because it's
And
basically
I do like the
just
supply
another bounty.
drops actually. I like the supply drops too, honestly, because they give you if you an enemy picks one up and it lands by you, that's an easy whatever, a UAV, a cluster, a couple whatever, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You
sometimes
might
that's
get,
better
a
than
Deddy
grabbing a
ammunition.
supply run. Because
Yeah.
a supply run will put you fucking 700 meters away, and
Yeah.
you know people are already on the buy. At least the supply run, if it drops somewhere by you and you know it's safe, like you could very well get hooked up right off that.
Yeah, I like, but I get what you mean though about they meant more in Verdansk.
Yeah, in Verdansk, you based your entire landing. We're gonna land
Yeah.
here because there's only
A
one
scabby.
scavenger, or there's a couple scavengers. There's gonna be a
Mhm.
couple teams here. In
Yeah, this game you don't
Caldera,
really need scavengers.
you
like,
don't
off
even
rip.
really need to even look at contracts. You could just land where you want to, and whatever's there is
Yeah.
just there.
Usually
But,
gonna be enough,
yeah, and it seems like the reason why they added the big bounty is because the only contracts we even fucking do are bounties, besides maybe a
Yeah.
scavenger or a supply drop here and there.
Do a recon every once in a while.
Yeah,
just
recon
if
every
we're
once in a
bored.
while. That's another great
Yeah.
thing. They limited recons heavily, which is fucking great.
Yeah, they did. And man, like I feel like they limited a lot of contracts, even like the regular bounties. I
Yeah,
don't see them a lot.
yeah, it almost seems like the entire map is full of big game bounties and most wanteds. That's what like the
Hmm.
whole map seems like it's filled with.
Yeah, yeah, it does seem there's a lot of most wanteds.
There used to definitely there were I would love to know if there's a contract per map or like an average spawn rate, because Verdansk, like there used to be like 20 contracts at
Dude, I know.
Super, 20 contracts at fucking Salt Mine, like all in the same match. In Caldera there's like 4 or 5 sprinkled out in each thing, and then ever so often
Yeah,
there'll be one in a random spot.
yeah, it's weird.
And it could just be how the map's laid out, but it feels like there's like 60% less contracts in Caldera than there was in Verdansk.
What do you think? What do you think as
So
far as where it should go?
honestly, I think it should go to Verdansk because you based almost everything off of it. Caldera
Yeah,
contracts are they seem completely optional. They don't seem like you could play an entire match and not do a contract. In Verdansk, if you didn't even do a single contract, it seemed like you like weren't doing shit. You don't
yeah,
have any money.
yeah. I agree with that. 100%.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and the contracts. The whole point in Verdansk was to get you money. In
Hmm.
Caldera, you can open
You
up
don't need
5
money.
crates, and if you're on the right, yeah, if you're in the right spot, the RNG's on your side, you could walk away with 50,000 from one fucking house.
I know. Not even kidding. Literally not even kidding. Yeah, I give that to Verdansk. I agree with what you're saying.
All right, and now this kind of ties in, but this is like
Yeah.
choosing where to land.
Choosing where to land. So, well, yeah, this is basically what we were saying. Like Verdansk, it depends on. I mean, you could go anywhere you wanted to. Obviously, it didn't obviously depend on if there's a contract or that, but you more than likely landed on a contract because you just had to. You wanted to get money off rip. So and more than likely there was going to be a team there. So
Hmm.
you knew you were fighting. But in Caldera, man, you can land like literally
Anywhere,
anywhere, and it does
and
not matter. And
yeah.
that's how BR should be, I think.
Yeah,
You know
there
what I
should
mean? That's
definitely be like points of interest, like hotspots that everyone knows of, but you should be able to go, okay, this game we're landing here. Okay, this
yeah.
game we're landing here. And in Verdansk, I
It was
mean,
like
we would
everybody
do
goes
it.
super.
We would do it, but no one really goes, let's land lumber. Because
Yeah.
you know what you're getting out of lumber. And
Yeah, exactly.
we would do it from time to time just because, like, fuck it. But overall, you have more freedom of choice in Caldera than Verdansk. Because
Way more.
Verdansk, once again, the contracts, if you weren't even paying attention and you landed somewhere and there was 4 scavengers there are a lot of people, whether you wanted there to be or not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. We'd go to you. I mean, you'd go to frickin' anywhere. You'd go to like hotels or like Gunny where we used to land. And if there was a scavvy, bro, there's 5 teams.
Oh yeah, and then if there wasn't a scavenger, it was completely clear of people.
Yeah.
And in
Hmm.
Caldera, it's like you can land in the
It,
same spot
it
50 times, and you don't know what it's gonna be like.
Caldera, it seems like most of the time. I wouldn't say every time, but most of the time, you usually have at least one team with you, and depending on where you land. Like usually there's at least a team
Yeah, just because
everywhere.
not everyone's
Yeah.
everyone's just kind of going wherever they want to go.
Yeah. So at least, but like it makes for more like randomness, I guess, like as far as skill based too. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Because
that is true.
not every single sweat is going to Superstore or like going to Peak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the big sweat spot is airport that everyone says, which we barely land there because crossing it is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
Like,
airfield is
if it
crossing
was
it
a
is a
different
fucking
spot on the
nightmare.
map, we'd probably land in the hot spot, but because it's literally airfield, it's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not trying
literally.
to cross the airfield. I'm not trying to get gunned down by a plane. Like,
Yeah. Sounds horrible. Yeah, I would honestly give this to Caldera
yeah.
because as far as freedom wise and like feeling like you don't have to be trapped to one spot is fantastic. Like we would have to, it was more in Verdansk. I feel like it was more of a comfort thing for most people. It was like, well, we feel comfortable landing there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
You
when
know
you
what
play
I
with
mean?
randoms or something, you're like, where do you
Yeah.
want to land? And they'd be, oh, yeah, we always go. There's always someone, we
Yeah, we
always
always
go
go
over
here.
here. This is our
Yeah.
spot. But,
Yeah. Like on Caldera, we don't even have a spot. We do, but like we don't. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like we have mines that we like to land at, but like we don't go there every single time.
Yeah,
So
we used to drop Gunny fucking
we
8
used to
out of
drop
10 matches
Gunny.
every
I
game.
know, bro. We would go Gunny literally like we would play for what 8 hours and land probably gunny like
Yeah, the entire time.
6 of the 7 hours. Like,
Run the same route over and over until we finally would get that one good, great, juicy win, and they would feel like everything was worth it. That's another thing is even when the map's coming out, I mean, we won a fuck ton in Verdansk, but that was because the fucking pandemic started. Caldera, we've been right now we're in a fucking rough patch because I'm pretty sure there's a fucking cheater thing going on.
There's a cheater thing going on, yeah. 100%.
But from the beginning of the maps coming out,
bro, we were.
I don't know if we were getting more wins in Caldera or more wins in Verdansk.
I remember when Verdansk first came out, and my very first day of playing it, I got like 3 wins. My very first day, and I would say we probably won more in Verdansk in the beginning.
You think so?
Because I'd say we did. Because one, not a lot of people were even playing the game yet.
Very true, yeah.
Like that was like when it was like just right after Blackout, and like that game was just coming out, and like it wasn't as big as it is now. So I feel like we were winning more in Verdansk than we did.
Yeah, that does make more sense, especially because I'd say probably 99% of the people playing in Caldera also played in Verdansk. And
yeah.
When it first came out, not everyone was already like in Warzone like we were, yeah.
Yeah, no, we were already playing it. So
I just added another category though that we already know which map this is going to, and it's not a good thing you want. This category is called bugs and glitches.
Oh god.
Because let me fucking tell you about Caldera, man.
Oh,
that place has an infestation of fucking bugs and glitches.
Dude.
This map.
That shit.
Given it was made how and when during all of this shit, but it has way more bugs and glitches than Verdansk did, I think.
Way more bugs and glitches, man. I get stuck at least like into a spot for no reason at least once a week or twice a week. Like into a fucking just a spot where I can't move anymore. Like why? I'm like stuck in a bush or something and I can't move. Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? It happened to me yesterday.
Dude, yeah, James has legitimately gotten stuck inside of a rock and like died, and we were playing. We were on a burner.
We were literally in a good game.
I had 9 kills. He had 10 kills. Satchels, gas masks, self revives in the middle of a rotation, and he gets stuck and literally just fucking had to die.
In a rock, and I had to die.
Yeah, literally had to just die. There was nothing you could do about it.
Thanks, Caldera.
And then the fucking houses and trees. I don't know if everyone's running fucking backup FMJ on top of their incendiary round somehow, but I'm getting shot through fucking everything in this map.
Yeah, the hitboxes are fucked on this map.
Yeah, and then even when you mount on certain windows and you shoot, you can physically see your bullets hitting like the windowsill in front of you, and like you could tell you're not getting the full damage because you're shooting through the wall technically and hitting that person.
Yeah, I mean, was there bugs on Verdansk? I don't even remember. Like, I mean, I'm sure there was.
There had to be, but not like
how this is.
Yeah.
No.
Which really fucking blows, because you'd think we thought for sure this map was gonna be optimized and polished like a motherfucker. It is as much as they could for the most part, but
yeah, we thought it was gonna be way, as far as bugs and glitches, we thought it was gonna be way better.
Even day 1 and day 2 of the map dropping, those are the 2 fucking earliest stages of the map, but there were a lot of boxes that you couldn't even open, remember?
Mm-hmm.
All of the supply, there was a lot of supply crates that you just couldn't open.
Yeah, there was like shit, like, even like, this happened to us yesterday. We had a loadout drop, like a free loadout drop, and it was dropped under the fucking like peak, under the ground.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You just can't get to it sometimes. Or even some contracts, scavengers, and the last box will be
like,
a wall.
Be in a wall or like in a rock or something. You can't pick it up.
And that didn't happen in Verdansk until like the Cold War changed, the 1980s one or whatever. So
yeah, I would give that to, well, I guess you give it to Caldera because it's worse.
Yeah. Yeah, so as of right now, they're tied, but they're only tied because Caldera has bugs and glitches. What we could do, all right, for some bonus points, we're going to fucking compare the intros and the outros. Who takes the intros, who takes the outros? We're talking about Verdansk came in with the big-ass plane And
the helicopter.
Yeah, and then I guess we should just compare it to the helicopter then. That it had the helicopter when you pull up and you're all in the helicopter, you jump out of it. Caldera, you're in the plane that gets hit.
I think I like Caldera's better.
The
To
intro?
be honest. Yeah.
Um,
I like the way they look out of the side of the plane better than I do the helicopter. Like all four of your guys standing outside looking out.
yeah, I do. Dude, that's tough because
When they changed the map on Verdansk, what was it then? It was still a helicopter, wasn't it?
well, it started off with just the big ass plane.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. It started
Yeah.
off with the big ass plane.
It just
and then
started off with
switched
the
to
big ass
helicopters.
plane. Yeah, and then it got changed to the helicopter.
I'd still say I like the Caldera one better.
Caldera intro.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I like the Caldera one better.
I do like.
But
the
I'd like.
Caldera.
But the outro might have to go to Verdansk.
I think
I do.
the outro might have to go to Verdansk too, because even seeing that for the first time and
Yeah, and then like they just they take the zip up to the helicopter and
then it
looks
flies
way cooler.
off. Yeah,
And
the
it's
ship.
like at this one you go to the boat and then they drive. I don't really like it.
It is cool. I like it, but it is. I think it's way better that you take off because like hear us out, right? You jump out of this, you win. You are the victors of this fucking island. I don't see us hopping in a car, driving to a boat, and that boat going to a bigger boat, instead of just something picking you up and getting you the fuck out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd say Verdansk wins that one. Damn, so we're still tied.
Yeah, we do this every time.
Fuck.
But I think so. As far as we've gotten on Caldera, we've gotten roughly 2 months out of it, and we've gotten fucking 2 years with Verdansk. I think it was going to make sense that Verdansk possibly wins unless we just really shit all over it. But it's beating Caldera in gunplay with the map. It's beating it in early meta. It's beating it in vehicles. It's beating it in contracts. And then the bonus outro, Caldera is beating Verdansk with visibility and colors. The loadout system, if it gets changed, if it doesn't get changed, you could just throw the loadouts to Verdansk. If it does end up getting changed, then I think Caldera's system will be better. Landing in Caldera has over Verdansk because you have complete freedom. Yeah. And it has more bugs and glitches, which is not something that's good. And then its intro is arguably better than Verdansk.
2 months in, we're at a checkmate of what we think is better so far, or compare wise. We're kind of basically at a stalemate here.
All right, and from the overall, just looking at the two, this is the side-by-side comparison of Verdansk and Caldera. So Caldera is set up with stuff all around the outside of the map with less shit in the middle. And Verdansk was kind of just crowded from the left side, and then it's slowed down.
So you
got
to like TV.
Yeah, so there's airport, storage town, superstore, factory, boneyard, train station, and then both promenades,
then
hills,
you got Gunny
hospital.
Right there.
Yeah, and Gunny's right there, and hills and hospital. That's like left. And then Summit's at the very top, and then military base is at like the middle top, and then that's when it starts to slow down because then it's salt mine, lumber, farmland, array, TV station, stadium, downtown.
Yeah, it's a little more spread out on that right side of the map.
Yeah, Caldera has literally all of the locations around the outside, and then it's fields, mines, and peak in the middle of the map.
Yeah. And then airfield's kind of in the middle.
Yeah, airfield's like bottom left into the middle. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy looking at Verdansk, bro. Holy fuck.
It's crazy that there was two of them.
I know.
It's so wild. Like we're gonna look back on it and just be like, damn, there's been 3 Warzone maps when in reality there's only been 2, but there's been 3 technically.
Basically 3. Another thing that we need to change, and I'm just gonna throw this in there. Why all of a sudden there's no cluster strike like warning? There's no precision strike warning. Like you just run into it and you're down. Like it doesn't tell you anymore. I don't get that.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that's like a bug and glitch.
Shout out to my camera freezing. Don't know when that happens. That's gonna be fun. So that's be in the video.
Okay.
But yeah, man, what's up with the fucking warnings?
Yeah, they need to change that shit because man, I died yesterday, the other day, or 2 days ago, or whatever. I ran into at least 3 cluster strikes because I had no idea. And then yesterday Matt goes, "Oh, I seen it coming." I'm like, "Why the fuck didn't you say anything?"
Yeah, Dude,
You
you'll
fucking
know
cooker.
someone. It'll get called on someone, and they won't
And they
say
won't
shit.
say anything.
And then someone will go down and be like, "I didn't get a warning." I'm like, "I did." Cool. I'm
Say so.
glad
Cluster,
you
cluster.
did.
That's all you have to say.
So, they were tied on points, but Caldera kind of lost. We're not gonna sit here and say Verdansk is better, and we're not gonna sit here and say Caldera is better, because you do need more time to really see how these plan out, because we haven't even gotten we're not even at the mid-season for Caldera yet.
Yeah.
So
this could change. All this stuff could change.
yeah, this
with
could
updates throughout the year.
Oh yeah, I mean Caldera could be 10 times worse in 6 months. It could be 10 times better. It could be the exact same.
You truly never know with Activision or Raven or whatever.
Whoever's doing whatever.
You
they're
truly
doing.
never know.
So yeah, this is another installment of Jay Mully and Gunny Gav here comparing things in Warzone. If you like shit like this, if you like more videos like this of us comparing, and
Let us know.
yeah, let us know in the comments, because this is actually like fun to do. And it's way easier than trying to come up with a video and like have to do all this crazy editing and stuff. This is just easy.
We could also, potentially do it with 4 people.
Yeah.
You never know. You know what I mean?
We could get a
We
squad
could
in
add
here.
people in here, and we could get some real opinions. If you guys are enjoying that, let us know. We will do more.
But for right now, I think this concludes the comparison of our 2 Warzone maps that we've had to play on.
I think it does, buddy. I think it does.
Like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't noticed James's hoodie, fucking Gunny merch is live. Link is in the description. Go get yourself some fucking Gunny merch. I am unfortunately not wearing my hoodie. I'm not smart. Not smart. Should have did it.
I am not smart.
But I think that's it.
Thank you for watching.
Tell them bye, James.
Peace, dude.
Bye.